Hello everyone and welcome to Pokemon Silver. This is one of my personal favorite games of all time. And I've been really wanting to play this game, and I finally got around to putting a new battery into my one of my cartridges for this game. And I just had to play it. So hopefully this does this game justice, because this is a phenomenal game. And it's 3 minutes past 3. So, the cool thing about this game, right off the bat, it's all real time, so depending on what time it is, depends on what Pokemon are around. Very cool, started in the series, first time. Awesome. Anyways, here's Professor Oak, and he's going to tell us a little bit about Pokemon, but chances are, if you know about Pokemon, you've probably heard this little spiel a couple times, because it's at the beginning of every single game, and it's almost identical in every single game. So it's just saying, hey, there's Pokemon. Some people play with Pokemon, some people battle with Pokemon, and we're always learning new stuff about Pokemon and how we interact with Pokemon. Pokemon are awesome, and that's more or less all it is. And so we're just gonna get through this as quickly as we can. Now we get to name our person. As always, I'm going to put in my name because I always play as myself in Pokemon games. And I always play in capital letters because that's just how I've always done it. And I am most definitely ready to start. So let's get into this, and I will start to explain a little bit about this game. So right off, we're in our room. We don't even have an NES or Super Nintendo, or if you're playing the new games like X, Y, we don't even have a Wii U in our room. So we need to fix that, and we should fix that eventually if things go as I think they're gonna be. Anyways, this is our mom. She plays a bit more pivotal role in this game, I think, than other games. So right away she gives us our Pokegear, which will be more helpful later and get explained a bit more later as well. It added a lot of things in this game that I really like. It is Thursday currently. Yeah. And is it daylight saving time? Maybe? I'm gonna say yes, just because I don't actually know. But I am in a region that does daylight savings time, so maybe? And yes, I know how to use the phone. This is the generation where the phone got introduced, and it's sort of like the precursor to like the whatever is used in Pokemon X and Y, like the holographic thing, which is really cool. And yes, it is very convenient, but eventually very annoying, depending on how many times you give out your number. So, like she said, we have to head over to Professor Elm, our neighbor, and talk to him because he actually had an errand for us. So he wants us to go talk to a person called Mr. Pokemon, and he's just outside Cherry Grove City, which is just down the road from where we are now, Newbark Town. So, but we can't just go out. We need a Pokemon. So, as always, we get to choose one of the 3 Pokemon right off the bat. So the first one here is Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is the fire type of the 3, and Cyndaquil is really good. A really good fire type, and especially since there's not many fire types in this game, so he's actually really good to have. Next up is Totodile. Totodile is what I picked on my first time playing through the game, and I love Totodile. Totodile is absolutely awesome, and he's a lot of fun to play with. And I really like his whole evolutionary chain. Just a really good water type. And finally we have Chikorita. And Chikorita, God, do I really want to like Chikorita. But Chikorita just isn't good in this game at all. She's just a solid grass type through entire evolutions. Through all of her evolutions, that is. And I don't know if it's the game or things that happen in the game or the Pokemon that are in the game, but Chikorita is just not good. So if you just if you want to play through the game and have a challenge, pick Chikorita by all means. Just God help you. But I'm gonna be going with Cyndaquil because Cyndaquil's cool, and I do really enjoy Cyndaquil. But with getting new Pokemon, I think I'm probably gonna nickname all of them. I don't normally nickname Pokemon, which I don't know, but it seems like something I should do if I'm playing the game. So I'm gonna nickname Cyndaquil, and if there's nicknames you want me to use, put them in the comments, and I'll find a Pokemon to put that nickname with. We'll make it happen. But just give me some nicknames and I don't know. Use them, don't use them. We'll see. But chances are I'll use them. There's a really good chance I'll use them because I don't expect all that many suggestions. If not, I'll just find some nicknames or something. There's a couple I do have in mind for certain Pokemon, but I'll put those aside for now. So, with that, we can finally head out, but before we go, this aid gives us a potion, which is very helpful. Just because you don't have to buy a potion, so why wouldn't it be helpful? Oh, I didn't check, but generally there's a potion in your PC, but I don't know, I don't really need it right now, and I knew we got that one for free, so why do you even really need the one that's generally in your PC? Now this is our first route. I think this is route 32 or 33, I think. And it has the normal things on this route. There's Pidgeys, at night there's Hoot-Hoots, which is new to this generation. And I believe there's Sentrets, which are also new for this generation. There might be Rattatas, but I'm pretty sure that's it. There's not many things on this route. But this generation did add in a lot of things. First off, it's all in color, which is really nice because the previous generations didn't have to be played in color. In fact, this one doesn't actually have to be played in color. This could be played on a regular Game Boy, which is also really neat. But it has color. Also, experience bar. A very, very handy thing because in the first generation, there was no experience bar. And if you want to know how far your Pokemon was away from leveling up, you had to go through their stats menu, and it was just a hassle. So this is Sentret. Sentret's not a bad Pokemon. I actually don't mind Sentret. He's fun to use. He can use a lot of HM, so he's a really good HM slave. So I don't know if I'll use a Sentret. If I do, I'll pick one up for a little bit, and that would be probably about it. Just because I don't really see myself using a Sentret all that much. But, oh! This brings me into another thing that is new in this generation. Berries. Berries are new to this generation, and you can pick them off trees. I believe they are unlimited off trees, so once you pick them off the tree doesn't disappear. And I think they replenish every day. So if you know where the best berry tree is, you can just go there every day and pick up a new berry, which is really cool. And I think there's a poison cure berry, a frozen cure berry, a paralyzed cure berry, a burn cure berry, and a couple healing berries. If you talk to this guy, he will bring you around town and give you a map, but I don't really need a map. Or if I do talk to him, I'll just get it in between episodes because we don't really need it. Because, I don't know, I know this game like the back of my hand, so it's not like you really need one. So, but I might pick one up just in case I want to show something off on the map later. So, just for knowing, that guy will give you a map. Also on this route, be careful, there's Weedles. And you know what Weedles will do? They'll poison you. And being poisoned sucks. A little bit of relief is given to you at the end of this route where Mr. Pokemon is, because there is a poison cure berry on a tree, but if you get poisoned twice, then you're screwed, and it's a whole deal. You don't want to deal with that. So we're just going to beat up this Weedle quick. I don't think we actually have any Pokeballs. I don't think we were given any. Crap! This is what I'm talking about. So it's a really good thing we picked up that berry earlier, like just now, because we might actually need it. Because the screen is now going to flash, and every time it flashes, we actually take a little bit of poison damage. So that's not particularly good. So I'm going to pick up this poison cure berry, and like I said, it's a poison cure berry, or poison cure berry, depending on what you know. And I'm going to use that right away because, actually, no, Mr. Pokemon heals you, so this is me using my noggin. So this is Mr. Pokemon, and he has something for us. He gives us the mystery egg, which Professor Elm wants to have a look at. Because I believe Professor Elm is actually the Pokemon professor that's really good with eggs, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself later, but every Pokemon professor has like a different specialty. I believe his is eggs. And we also meet the other main professor of this game, Professor Oak, who I love. I love Professor Oak. I think he's an awesome character, and I wish he made more appearances in the Pokemon games now, because he is phenomenal. I don't know, I find him hilarious, and he's just a really cool character. Also, he has a really nice sprite. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a combination of things. Anyways, after looking at our Pokemon, he's gonna be like, hey, you obviously like Pokemon. And the Pokemon likes you, so you know what? I'm gonna give you a Pokedex. So, and here's the Pokedex. This is how we get it. Professor Elm, I don't believe, has the authority to give out Pokedexes, so it's important to pick one up here. And you don't really have a choice because it's just flat out given to you. So, and he goes off to Goldenrod for his radio show, because he has his own radio show, which is awesome. And I can't wait to show off the radio, because the radio is one of my favorite features in this game. So before we leave, Mr. Pokemon will heal up our Pokemon, and yeah. Couple things I want to point out. I like this couch. I really like this couch. I don't know why, and I don't think you see it too often in the rest of the game, so it's just a really cool thing to have in the house. Also, I always thought this was like wires or something, but I believe it's just like carpet. I don't know. It looks like wires. It always confused me as a kid. Anyways, let's head off back to Professor Elm, because we gotta show him the mystery egg. And our first phone call! So exciting! Uh-oh. Terrible. He seems like he is in a bit of a panic. So we better get back to Professor Elm, but we're gonna do that next time on Pokemon Silver. I hope you've liked this first episode, and I hope you join me for more Pokemon Silver. I'm excited to show this game off, and don't forget, if you want a nickname in the game, put it in the comments down below, and I'll probably use it. Like, a 90% use it, unless it's just like gobbledygook, because... or too long. That's the other thing. I think it's 8 characters we can use, so keep it under 8 characters if you can. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next time. I've been DjCinnamonBun, and I'll see you next time with more Pokemon Silver. Bye!